Hello there, Fletiket here, once again with another balance patch video. More specifically, the 7th balance patch. Wait, no. Please don't tell me I'm late to the party. Jesus, it's only been some days. But anyways, I'm gonna stop doodling around and get into the changes. First up, both medium and light cubes got a 200 health buff. Well, all I can say is that light should be used on planes now. Especially what's gonna happen to planes next patch. Medium buff though? I don't know, like buffing medium is like buffing every build in the game, and that's a bit too much. Although buffing light and not buffing medium is also very weird, because at most situations light would have been better. Rod change. Well, pretty insignificant. It's a small change, which is probably good. The reason is probably to make them more consistent with its smaller variant. Next up, shield buff. All single connection shields got buffed by 13%. In my opinion, it got a change that I really can't say anything about. I mean, the lower tier ones is good to buff because they are not good. But the higher tier ones is something that I'm not really sure of. They were being used before this patch, but with the cube buff and struts that we are getting into later, it might not matter much, because overall everything is getting more health other than the mega plates. Thank God the mega plates can just stay in their place. Nosha, I know you're crying in the corner because of that, but they can stay as they are right now. So yeah, the strut changes. This is good. I would love more strut action in this game. I have no idea why, but they just feel different. And for that, I like this change. So all of the 2 connection points are getting a 12% buff in health, and the 4 connection ones are getting a 9%. Also, a fun fact, the 4 connection point strut has the same HP per CPU as heavy cubes now. Lasers. Big buff. So it's very accurate now. It feels very good. And there will be a rise of good laser players, just farming everyone. It could be meta if there was enough players with very, very good aim, which honestly there's very, very few of nowadays in BoBoCraft. The energy also got buffed, which in my opinion is a little bit unnecessary due to the accuracy buff. Plasma buff is something that was not needed, because plasma was still good as it was. The tier 4 plasma is something though that could have been nerfed, in my opinion. I know the balance patch doesn't really want to work that way, but I think tier 4 plasma should have stayed as it is, and the other ones should have get buffed. But, and of course just a little bit. The tier 4 plasma could have been nerfed a little bit. And all the other ones could have stayed the same. But anyways, I think that tier 4 plasma before this patch was good. Tier 4, probably a little bit better. But tier 5 was was more fun to use. So yeah, the projectile speed and range got buffed. And now for the energy use, all of the plasmas except tier 0 and tier 1 got buffed. Also, goodbye the balance patch for not buffing the tier 0 and the tier 1, because they are actually very good in the low tiers. So, let's talk about Flak. No, not those changes.
No. Look at the top of his head.
Well, that was not the correct values. So these are the values that are the ones we have right now. So it's very different from old Flak. The projectile speed and the stacking is the most dramatic change. It's a little bit like Mega SMG, but good against flyers and terrible against ground. And it does not help with the awkward crosshair. There are suspects that are trying out Flak, and there might be some bugs involved. But as it is now, it's not good. It's not unplayable, but it takes a lot of changing muscle memory. If you're able to change that, it could be okay, but yeah, I don't think it needs... I think it needs to get changed. And also, I would like to point out, a lot of people are shitting on the balance patch team for killing Flak. But I would like to point out that there was a number of people talking about Flak being the new god tier weapon after this patch, and it would be the solution to kill prop spam Lommelbots. But that did not happen, and a lot of people are shitting on the balance patch team. Like, if you're really thinking they're trying to kill a weapon, you should try and have a second thought. So overall, this patch buffs a lot of things. A lot of, blocks, struts, shields, which, I like the strut changes, but they're, it's, when you think about it, pretty like, it's not that crazy now that it feels like almost everything is getting buffed, so, it's not that special. So, I think too much things are getting buffed here. I didn't pay attention to the discussion in the balance patch, the discussion text channel. So I don't know if it's the balance patch that are trying to buff this, or if it is the players that are trying to push these changes. So I think that there's too much buffing here. It doesn't really make something really special, like the medium and light. Yeah, light was not good, but could have been buffed a small bit, and then there would be the upcoming agility changes to planes, because let's be honest, light is being used on planes the most. That I guess change would give us such more, reason to use light cubes. And medium, yeah, I don't know. Like, you're buffing the ordinary block in the game. If you're doing that, It's rough in my opinion. So all of these health buffs together makes them insignificant. Yeah, so I would give this patch well, 6 out of 10. The laser one, interesting. The strut one, interesting. Flak was a little flack up by the balance team, but yeah, 6 out of 10. Not the worst. Still a lot too much buffs in my opinion. All right, thanks for watching.